We're gonna have a good time and watch some 7 deadly sins as female YouTubers. They should do this, but for VTubers as well.
There are 7 female YouTubers who perfectly represent each of the 7 deadly sins, starting with lust, best shown by degenerate 16-year-old TikToker Amelia Wu, who chases online clout.
Whoa, 16? Jesus, chat, look away.
By dancing and posing in lusty clothing. With more followers now than the population of Switzerland, Amelia started out in 2022 with makeup tutorials and lip syncs. But over time,
so she was like 14?
As her desire for fame grew, her content started taking a turn for the worse.
Okay, in the people's defense, what if you genuinely just don't know that she's 16?
Drew even more attention, however, was that some of these perverted TikToks featured her 25-year-old brother.
I have an older brother, and this is actually abhorrent. You are disgusting.
Leading to disgust from the community.
That's so foul.
Including popular commentator Miss YY.
This 16-year-old girl is showing off her cleavage online, her stomach, her posing in very promiscuous positions.
Like, you couldn't even wait until you're like 18?
Despite this, Thomas keeps encouraging Amelia, causing the internet to voice its concern. Her relationship with her brother has always rubbed me the wrong way too. If it's not borderline
dude, this is Alabama status for sure.
Incestuous, it's exploitative at the very least,
yeah.
Raising concerns about
grooming her.
His influence on the teenager.
This is not how a happy and healthy 16-year-old girl behaves.
True.
Right? Don't be fooled by the smiles and the dance moves and the quirkiness and the trendiness online. Look deeper than that.
But the criticism hasn't held Amelia back as she continues pumping out depraved TikToks with her brother. Their lust for online fame, however, pales in comparison to the gluttony of Ashley Barnes, a 17-year-old TikToker who's—
Dude, why are we all underage?
Reckless.
Dude, when I was 16, I was playing fucking WoW and League and fucking running around biking and shit, man.
And obsessive sexual acts were brutally exposed by a fellow influencer.
More of those things, more shots, 2 things of sex, like handcuffs.
What?
And then she has pheromone spray. That's what she kept spraying all
Pheromone spray.
day.
Before her depraved actions became public knowledge, Ashley looked like just another teenage influencer sharing life advice with
Teenage and influencer should never be in the same fucking, like, sphere. You should never have those 2 words in the same sentence.
2.5 million followers. But this image would fall apart in July of 2025 when a few of her former friends came forward with a disturbing story about her while she was making content in LA.
We were the closest people to Ashley, her ex-girlfriend and her best friend, and we cannot believe she would do this stuff to her friends.
However, the most detailed account of Ashley's twisted indulgences came from Brad Mason.
I feel genuinely gross looking at this. Like, I know this is like, it just make me sick.
Who explained how she forced him and other underage TikTokers toward sexual acts during their stay at a hotel.
And she starts spraying pheromone spray. If you guys don't know what that is, it kind of releases hormones in a way.
But
I mean, it probably doesn't, but the fact that you're just role-playing and LARPing is just crazy.
The spray would just be the tip of the iceberg.
So then she wanted to play Dare or Drink, right? And then she kept wanting people to make
underage drinking, yippee!
out with everyone. And we're like, no.
Now, despite these protests, Ashley continued making Brad and her other guests uncomfortable.
Yeah,
she changes into really, really small shorts, right? The whole time she's the whole time while this truth or dare thing goes on, she's spreading her legs open and all that stuff, lifting her shirt up to here,
But Ashley's actions would only worsen after she crossed a major line with Brad.
And then she gets into my bed, and I'm just bro, I'm trying to act like I'm asleep, and I get away from her.
This idea of Ashley forcing herself on people.
Yeah, and I bet people, by the way, you just know she probably was like, oh my god, you're just being such a pussy. These are kids? Yeah, but it's not okay. She's still, acting extremely inappropriate. He doesn't want this.
would also be echoed by fellow TikToker
Yeah, I'm so
Capri, who was
hot, I can do
present with
whatever I
her that
want.
night.
I grab her, get her off. Stop. I have a girlfriend. Okay? Sits up again.
This is just weird. I can't stand seeing like kids just acting like influencers, man.
In my shirt. I'm like, bro.
So she's being a
Stop
hoe
that.
too?
Bro, like, stop.
After this expose, Ashley's reputation would fall off a cliff, especially after Brad showed the disturbing contents of her drawer to support his story. Her behavior is so disgusting. She knows that no means no. I don't care if she's 17.
She's super like hyper sexual, man.
She knows better. This backlash forced Ashley to try and save face by blaming her addiction issues
Yeah.
for quietly slipping into the shadows.
Yeah,
While her
there
actual
it is.
deviance traumatized the people around her, it didn't create the kind of national outcry caused by the greed of Heather Morgan, aka
I'll say it. I think if it was a dude doing this to a bunch of girls, this would be completely different. I'll say it. Yeah. I think this is like a woman privilege moment. Because if you say no and you're like, oh, I don't want to, like, I'm not interested in this, like the first guy who was like, I don't even have a girlfriend, and she was like still trying to like get into bed with me, the people would be like, oh, why don't you just like pork her or something? What are you, a pussy?
Razzlecon, whose thirst for stealing Bitcoin with her husband even made it to the news.
Breaking overnight, nearly 100,000 Bitcoins have been stolen from exchange
$65 million. Oh my god.
platform Bitfinex.
Unsurprisingly, an amount as large as $70 million back then forced Homeland Security and the IRS to investigate the matter. At the time, they had no luck, only later discovering that Heather and her husband had moved their stolen Bitcoin to the dark web, refusing to spend any of it in case it tipped them off. After a year of not touching it, the couple laundered the money through thousands of wallet transfers and fake identities. But with the value of crypto reaching new heights in 2017, even the Bitcoin
Isn't Bitcoin worth like 80 grand now? Like one Bitcoin? Holy.
bandits weren't prepared for their Bitcoin becoming worth $4.5 billion, making it the biggest heist ever in U.S. history. Fortunately for the
insane,
government,
man.
Heather, in the
What?
middle of this billion-dollar operation, decided to expand her social media presence using the stolen funds.
Never been much for romance.
Millennials have ruined social media.
Rather do my jerk off dance.
In the end,
Man, millennials have done irreversible damage to culture.
though, it wasn't the terrible music that led to their downfall, but a single online purchase that the FBI traced to their Bitcoin accounts and home address in 2022. After getting arrested, Heather would be hit with an 18-month prison sentence, temporarily pausing her social media dreams. This was still a relatively soft punishment compared to her husband's, who faced 5 years of jail time since he masterminded the crypto hack. But while Heather's fortune was undone by her greed, some YouTubers don't
Why
even
would you go around and flaunt your heist money? Just go retire on an island somewhere. What the hell's the point?
want to make an effort. Like Nadia, the self-proclaimed best Warzone player, whose sin of sloth
Oh my gosh, we watched a whole video on this chick.
led her to hit rock bottom after she got
This one was just so funny because when she went to like actual tournaments, she got absolutely destroyed, and then people still defended her because she's a woman. Again, another instant of woman privilege. People defended the shit out of her for cheating. When she went to an official like event, she just got shit on by everyone.
exposed for cheating her way to the top while pretending it was all skill.
I'm better. No, but I'm better.
Before crashing out,
I'm Arab, I'm better. What has race got to do with it? What?
Nadia was one of the fastest growing streamers, building a loyal fan base through achievements that felt too good to be true. This level of success would come at a cost, as viewers soon began suspecting of her using hacks and aimbots in one of her
Yep.
streams. But when she was confronted about taking the easy way out,
didn't
her
do
response
it.
just intensified her guilt.
I feel like there's just like no information though.
Like, it cut the clip really short.
Not only was the reply unconvincing, but fans noticed that her body language was also giving her away, as she looked fidgety and nervous. Even
Yeah,
worse,
I
when
can
she
see
was
that.
accused of buying Twitch
This is the video we watched, actually.
followers by
Yeah, this
COD
one, the blue
detective
one.
Call of Shame, her reaction didn't help matters either. So all you little boys with a fragile
Oh my
masculinity
God.
that can't accept a woman is just better, it's time to face the reality. But it would be
Oh my god, you just hate women. Blah, 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 blah. What does that sound like?
Nadia facing
Sounds
the reality,
familiar.
as after she doxed a viewer, all of her audience turned against her. Antagonizing your audience is
what?
rarely good.
What? What did she say? Got banned on Twitch for 14 days for sharing personal information, or whatever that means. Cool. By the way, VTubers show a little bit of boob or hip, a month ban. Woman doxes one of her viewers, 2 weeks. I don't know, man. Kind of weird.
Doxed a viewer,
Kinda
all of her
weird.
audience turned against her. Antagonizing your audience is
Kinda
rarely
weird.
good for long-term interaction. These comments unfortunately didn't save the situation, as Nadia now dabbles in degenerate content to stay relevant. Contrasting sharply with TikToker Ella Catherine, who actually tried to do a normal job, only for her wrath to destroy her reputation when she
I have a
couldn't
lot of
hold her
wrath.
anger against a family she had
Isn't it Roth? In like British English, Roth.
recently worked with.
Host dad doesn't speak English. Oh my god.
But before she crashed out in front of her 95,000 followers, Ella
Wait, what did she say? I wasn't listening. What?
when she couldn't hold her anger against a family she had recently worked with.
Host dad doesn't speak English.
Host dad doesn't speak English.
Oh my
I need more
god.
context.
But
Is she in a different country or like in an English-speaking country? What's going on?
Before she crashed out in front of her 95,000
I need more
followers, Ella was
context.
a regular TikTok girl vlogging her life. This adventurous spirit led her to accept a babysitting job with a family in Milan, where she was meant to work for 3 months.
Okay.
Despite her high hopes, the trip would be far from an Italian dream, taking a nightmarish turn within 4
What
days.
happened?
After quietly leaving the house, Ella made her way to the airport, visibly distressed.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
I'm literally shaking. That was the scariest thing ever. I couldn't
Oh my
figure out how to
God.
get past
I'm so scared, but I'm gonna record the whole thing. I'm shaking.
the gate, but I got it. And carrying all these bags,
Excuse
kind
me.
of scary. I just hope the train comes soon.
But while her anxiety in the moment was clear, her reason for running away in the middle of the night remained a mystery, until she
What is
sat
she-
down to
what
explain
happened?
a few days later.
The host dad spoke no English at all. He spoke
Okay, you're in Italy. I feel like you don't have to speak English if you're one of the people that's hosting you. I know for a fact you have to have at least one family member that speaks English. You don't have to have the whole family speak it.
as much English as I speak Italian, which is none.
But instead of getting sympathy,
Okay.
the internet rightfully called her out.
No. I'm gonna clarify something. My mom was in charge of like host kids and like having people hosting exchange students. It's very common because she transitioned from being a teacher to being a host person. I actually had exchange students at my house. All really nice people, but you have to have someone in the family that speaks fluent English if you're gonna have them flying over to the other place, even if it's not an English-speaking country. You have to have them. They like make you test it, but doesn't mean the whole family has to speak it. That's not how it works.
First red flag, becoming an au pair for
Yeah,
a
they're
foreign
just gonna
family
send you
and
to a
not
family
learning
that
the
doesn't speak
language.
English at
Besides the
all.
language barrier, though, Ella was also bothered by the host mom frequently yelling at her for slacking off.
She raises her voice again and starts telling me that I need to be reading to the host child. I need to be
Yeah, you signed up to babysit. No shit.
teaching him English, interacting with him, and again paying attention.
Oh my god, I have to like do my job instead of like sleeping around.
As a result, the cultural
What a
exchange
bitch.
babysitter would quickly lose all patience with the family.
I just needed to get out of the house. I felt super trapped.
By the way, is she still in Italy, I wonder? Why is she drinking Starbucks in Italy?
But once again, the
place with
community would
amazing
rightly
coffee?
ridicule her feeling of entitlement. She thought she was going on a
she's in
vacation,
America.
fall in love with a mafia boss, and lose herself in the city. So after her unjustified wrath against the host family, Ella has now left a bad taste in her fans' mouths, which is something that the 13 million followers of Nevada, TikTok's
Who are these people, man? Am I just that not normie coded? 13 million TikTok followers, and I have no idea who this bitch is.
Queen of Envy can relate to after she started doing shocking things to achieve her dream body.
Before this day, I didn't eat like nine days.
I can't say the word, but I'm pretty sure it's that.
This envy for a better body and lifestyle started all the way back
this
when
is some
Nevada was an
ED.
aspiring content creator out of Ukraine. This dream led her to LA, where her brand initially took off with dance reels and brain rot skits. Behind this hustle, though, was an envy-driven obsession that made people sit down and take notice.
In middle school, I was chubby, and my classmates
Chubby.
and so-called friends bullied me for my excess weight.
Her
That's so sad.
resulting insecurity would leave a permanent mark, leading to constant comparisons with her friends' bodies. But instead of embracing a healthy weight, Nevada used her experience to promote disturbing weight loss methods.
That's so bad.
Someone told me that I need to take it. Taking another pill.
This decision to rely on pills and fat
This is just sad. Yeah, honestly, that's mental illness, man. I feel really bad. I lost someone to that too. Yeah, I don't know. I always feel so iffy about like shitting on someone, like, oh, you know, you're promoting this kind of thing, but it's not even her fault because she grew into it and then it developed into a mental illness.
diets, however, wasn't her only example of harmful influence.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm obsessed with Red Bull, and I don't understand why. For me, it's like addiction. Every morning, I drink Red Bull.
Unsurprising.
By the way, she has heart problems probably because she's not eating and she's underweight and she's consuming excess caffeine on an empty stomach. That can really fuck you up.
The internet didn't agree with the lifestyle she was
That's
promoting.
really
I'm
bad.
convinced she runs on negative calories and pure delusion. Surprised she hasn't
Yeah, I
started
feel
selling
bad for her,
bottled
man.
air as a meal replacement yet. While Nevada hasn't sold anything so far, her envy alone is selling a
Those are real tears. That looked like real tears to me.
dangerous idea of body shaming to her younger viewers.
Woo! Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom.
But even influencers who build their brand on positivity can be toxic, as
Toxic positivity is something that people don't fucking talk about enough, and it like pisses me off so much. Toxic positivity exists in every sphere: video games, workplace, like streaming. Ugh.
proven
I
by
wish people would talk
Jasmine
about it
Tan,
more.
a self-proclaimed girl's girl whose pride got in her way of being a good role model. Now, she started her career by uplifting young women, racking up millions of views with viral affirmations.
Oh, girls are just naturally. We've seen her before. We know about her, right, chat?
We're pretty clean and scented.
But instead of continuing to empower her fans, the YouTuber slowly started revealing a different goal.
Oh, fat movement's a big example. Yeah, fat movement. I think this might be a controversial take, but I think that's making averages in school and giving everybody an award and then saying like, oh, well, if you're in the top 5%, you're doing great. And if you're in the top 20%, you're doing just as good as the 5%, even though that's objectively not true. And I think the 5% people should be awarded. Whereas, you know, if you're like in the middle, like, I don't know. The No Kid Left Behind. That, by the way, that influenced New Zealand and Australia. The No Kids Left Behind policy. I don't know how to explain it without taking up the whole fucking time while I talk. But essentially, they averaged out grades and removed A, B, C's, and D's and made them into 3 tiers. And if you basically get anything above a C+, you're passing. I know, it sounds so stupid. So basically, like, anybody that was, like, below a certain average was a pass. I mean, a not pass. But anything above that is, like, yeah, NCLB. I think that's what it was called. It's called Not achieved merit and excellence. It sounds like a terrible system. Absolutely. And getting excellent, which is basically the A+, was impossible. It was so difficult. Or it was really easy, depending on what you did. It was such a stupid system.
Don't ever talk to me in a baby voice. I'm the
What
only
the
one in the
hell?
relationship who's allowed to do it. Cause it's cute when I do it. It's not cute when you do it, buddy.
This double standard was
Man, I don't like how she's down. She's kind of crazy.
immediately obvious to
crazy.
viewers. It's so ironic for her to criticize that guy when she sounds like a chronically online 10-year-old. But it didn't stop Jasmine from her toxic rants, with her next target being a young woman she met at her gym.
She's still in school. She's 21. Why does
Why are you shaming someone for being in school at 21? What?
she look like a mother of two who responsibly files her goddamn taxes?
The way
Are we shaming, like, how... Look, if you're gonna be toxic off the rip, people aren't gonna be as surprised when you're actually toxic, right? Like, she's putting on the persona of being really positive and lovely, and then she turns around and, like, backstabs people like this.
she uses moms as a way to call someone ugly is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Having kids doesn't make a woman ugly. Instead of
True.
apologizing,
I've seen some hot friggin' moms in my time.
Jasmine responded to the criticism in her own problematic way. But this has only accelerated
got
her
the Karen
decline, with her
haircut,
views
chat.
taking a big hit in recent months, making Jasmine yet another female content creator whose sin ruined her career.
Oh my gosh. What a bitch. The MILF acronym exists for a reason. True. I don't know, man. I think sin exists everywhere, chat. Sin exists everywhere, even in the VTuber community. I think that they should make a video one day of VTuber sins. I said it. I'll be the sin of smugness. Yeah, this is the sin of being a smug weenie.